Miss Chloe here from Miss Chloe SW. Welcome back to my channel for all my returning guests, and a big hello to anyone that might be new. It's great to see you here. This is my 14th Flosstube, so we're finally getting up in those numbers. So I don't have a huge update for Startup September. I have a few little things that I thought I'd just share with you and all of that, so it's really cool. So first up, in September, it was my birthday. So after filming my video for the 1st of September, I took the day off work and I went shopping and I had lunch and just sort of had a treat yourself kind of day. And in that, I got some new stuff. So I finally replaced the scissors that I lost. I think they're in my couch, but I don't know. And I don't want to pull my couch apart because I'm going to be moving in a month. So I just bought new ones. Because why not? So they are the classic stalk shape. But I really liked that they were rose gold. So something a little bit different. My other ones are normal golds, sort of up to here. And then they have a silver beak. And they were actually my grandmother's scissors. So when I find them, that'll be really good. But it's always good to have a spare pair. So now I own 3 pairs of scissors, which I guess will be great too, because I can start keeping them in little zipper pouches in my project bags so that I don't have to worry about finding scissors or floss cutters all the time. I can just have them in with all my stuff, which will be really nice. So the other thing I got won't show up on camera because I did a couple of tests and they just don't come up, so I might insert a picture. And they are called ball tip needles, which are specifically designed for cross-stitch and embroidery to easily find and guide through the holes without stabbing yourself, because I am one of those people. My fingers are just covered in tiny stab wounds, and I'm pretty sure some of them are scarred. And, you know, I don't like bleeding on my projects, so I figured I'd get these needles and I'd try them out. I haven't actually opened them yet, because I don't know. They were expensive and I want to use them on something good, I guess. So that was pretty great. Something else that I got, or I've had it for a while, but I forgot about it, and then I went back to work, and because I've been at home for almost 6 months, I forgot everything I had at work. So something I had at work, in case I ever got really stressed, is this cute little pushing cross-stitch kit. Now, this was $15. And it comes with three squares of Ada to do the character. So there's three different stitches in the kit. It comes with a little hoop. It comes with needles. It comes with all its floss. And the instruction booklet is just super adorable. So it's got like all the instructions on how to stitch. And then there's this cute little bonus page for like donuts and hearts. And I might stitch that as a bookmark or something maybe. And then it's got pattern 1, pattern 2, and pattern 3. And I just love that it's all cats and donuts, because I love cats and I love donuts. We have a bakery up here in town. It's in the Central Markets. I can't remember what exactly it's called. But they do filled donuts that are salted caramel and espresso martini. And I love them. And that's all I ever want to eat. But you can imagine what kind of size I'd be if I let myself eat them. So I've had one once. And I'm hoping to get more. So I did get a few other things as well. So the first thing was that our local Aldi had sales. Aldi is like a discount grocery store, and sometimes it has special buy items that hang out in the middle of the aisles. So this was on sale for $6. And it's big count Ada, but it's got everything in it, and I think it's just a really great little sentiment to, you know, have on the wall in maybe a guest room or something. It's really simple, it's really cute, and you know, it'll probably take me about a day. It's a small thing, and it's really cute. But yeah, so I got that one. And then I was walking around Spotlight because my mum got me a $25 gift card for my birthday, which is amazing. Spotlight is like our craft store, but it's branching more and more into homewares, unfortunately. So we're losing a lot of our stitchy stuff. Like, I've been in there every week for about 3 or 4 weeks, and I keep asking for items, and they keep saying, oh yes, that'll be restocked next week. And they're still not there. They're still not there. They still have not had any updates on their floss since, you know, I started doing Pokemon, and it's just a bit ridiculous. So I need to find something new because I can't continue to shop there. It's just terrible. Just gonna be right back. I'm gonna close that curtain because the sun has moved and it's now blinding me. Okay, so I'm back. Sorry about that. So yeah, they've gone more into the homewares, and you know, that's just what they're doing with their company, I guess. I can't stop it. But when I was there, I did find this. This is a storage basket, and all those little holes go through completely. So I've never stitched on anything other than cloth, but I'm thinking I could take down like the sides of each hole and stitch something different for each shape, and that would be really cool in my craft room in my new house to have, you know, in the cupboard maybe to put all my stuff in. Yeah, so I'm looking for ideas as to what you think we could stitch. I'm thinking in these little squares I could do a heart from the push-in book, because that'd be really, really cute just to have a whole bunch of little tiny love hearts happening up and down my basket. It's gonna take me a million years, but it'll be so worth it. So if you have ideas for anything else that I could put on there, I would really appreciate that. Also, if you have any tips, if you've worked on anything like this before, because obviously this is a whole new game for me. But yeah, this basket was about $12. So even if I, you know, start it and hate it, I can pick out the pieces and it's not a total waste. Okay, that's everything for my haul. So in the past week, I've had a couple of finishes. They're only small. So the first one, I can't actually show you physically, like I don't have it anymore. It was a gift for my friend. You may remember from when I was doing Pokemon, I had a really lovely lady called Dawn who sent me in one of my thread colors that I couldn't find anywhere because Spotlight and Limcraft and the other Spotlight didn't have it, and still have not restocked it because I went in on the weekend and it's still not there. So I was in Struggle Town. I was definitely on that bus, and she was really sweet. She reached out to me on Instagram through my DMs. If you want to follow my Instagram, there is a link downstairs too. But yeah, she was really sweet. She reached out and she sent me a lovely card and the floss color, and she let me finish my big project, which was just amazing. Seriously, the kindness in our community is just, it's outstanding. I don't know anyone else that would just be like, yeah, I don't know you from a bar of soap, but this is where I live. Where do you live? I'll send you all the things. You know, you need this. Just have it. So I felt very blessed. So I stitched her a little card that I got as a free kit from, my friend actually picked it up at Show Me last year, off the freebies table. Someone was destashing and they brought me some cards because I was doing all of that sort of stuff in my old job. And I was using them to cope with anxiety. So she brought me home, I think 4 different cards. I had a teddy bear, a bird, a rose, and a deer that holds a basket of flowers. And you stitch part of the card and part of the rest of the card is printed. So I decided that it would be really nice to send Dawn a little spring bird. And he's really cute. I really enjoyed stitching him. I did it in an afternoon. And as you can see, he's mostly yellows and blues and greens. So he was really pretty and really easy to do. So she's received him now, and I was really happy to be able to send her something nice in return for obviously the thread. I didn't use all of it, so I did need to send it back because that's only fair, you know. I needed about 2 lengths out of the whole card. So she sent through way more than that, and I'm really happy that I could return, you know, the favor. And yeah, it was just a really nice little finish, especially after working on something so big like Pokemon, to work on something so little and to just look at it and be like, that's done. Just, that's done. It was such a gift to myself to be able to just be so happy with it. And for that one, I did use a floss card as well. So I used the floss card that was provided in my Frogwarts box from Love You More Studio Co., which was awesome. So my second finish this week was one of the Pusheen patterns, because I couldn't not start him, and you know, it's Startup September. I had to do it. Here he is. How cute is he with his little donut? Whoa. I love him. I love him so much. And this kit was actually really, really easy to use. Apart from the patterns being all color, which I don't like. I like the black and white patterns. And they didn't have any center markings, so you did have to work that out yourself. Apart from that, it was really easy to follow. I'm not going to show you the actual pattern, but you know, you can see there were just 4 colors. They're all very different colors, so there was no mix up. And the threads came, they were really cute as well. Just presented up like this. So they did get a little messy. They weren't like DMC threads where you can just sort of pull one and it just loops out nicely. It all knots because they're twisted in the middle as well. But otherwise, it was a really good kit, and I really enjoyed stitching the first one. So I'm going to end up with 3 of these. And if anyone has any tips on how to make them into like a pillow for finishing, that would be really cool. Because I like this little guy, and I think I want to keep him in the hoop and hang him up at the office. I'd like to have him on my wall, you know, just a little happy thing. But the other 2 I'd like to sort of put together and finish into an item. I'm also thinking of getting more of this Ada. I think it's 18 count by the look of it. It's not huge, but it's not tiny. And I might do up 4 so I can have 4 in a little patch and sew that into a cushion cover, because I think that'll be really, really cute. But I've never finished my own things, so I am looking for advice on that. If you've got any, that would be awesome. All I've really done is frame things. So that'll be a whole new adventure, and that'll be a lot of fun to learn. So those are my finishes. I'm just gonna pop Pusheen away. Oh. Whips. So I have a few different things on the go. So this is new for me because, of course, you're very, you guys are used to me just having a thing. But today I've got a couple of different things I get to share with you, so that's pretty exciting. So the first one I want to share is my Rose Trojan, which is my carousel horse. So this is what she looks like. I've done maybe 500 stitches on her this week, and it was mostly all this back stitch work through the post, and of course I finished off all these flowers down here, so I'm starting the back stitch, as you can see from this rose here. So I'm doing all of the brown back stitch, which are the 3 roses, the saddle, and parts of the tail. And then I'm going to do the daisies, which are white, so they end up with blue stitching. And then I really like doing this dark green because of all the little swirlies that come out of it. So I'm going to do them next, and then I'll outline my ribbons. And then she is officially halfway finished, which is crazy. So once these guys are done, I'll move her all on the frame. I'll move it up. I think I'm going to back stitch along here, because this part is 1 page. This part here is part of 1 page, and it's got this and then a huge break and then flowers at the top. So I want to sort of do this so I can cut the page in half and just have the flower bit, because I am a paper pattern person. So I have them stuck on with like 3 or 4 needle minders and I just color them in. Of course, this is my favorite needle minder currently. It is from the Black Needle Society and Love You More Studio Co. in their latest Frogwarts box. And it is the chocolate frog card from Harry Potter for anyone that may not recognize it, or maybe sitting there going, I know that, what's that? Because I hate it when that happens and people just don't tell you. So yeah, she's coming along really, really nicely. This is currently my lunchtime project. So I'm picking her up on my lunch breaks at work, which are about 30 minutes. And I'm just getting my head clear and wiping away, you know, any stress and anxiety from my morning, and running my back stitch on her. So that's really, really nice. And I hope to get her finished. I think I might get her finished in a couple months if I keep taking her to work. Just because that 30 minutes, like, it doesn't seem like much, but it adds up. It adds up a lot over time. So yeah, that's her. And I'm really happy with how she's doing. So another one of my Startup September beginnings. I started on the weekend, and it is the Mad Hatter's Tea Party from Bothy Threads. So this is one of those kits where they tell you to start in the middle, and that places everything because, of course, she's not full coverage. She doesn't go out completely. And I didn't want to count that big gap to start her. So I've started and I'm actually here. So this little piece of tablecloth here is where I'm working. She's on the big frame. So it's really cool. This fabric is hand dyed by the team at Bothy Threads, and it's really pretty. So I was at retreat this weekend with a couple of the girls, and I had to work out which way up because, of course, when you start a new piece, if it's on pretty fabric, you have to work out the best way up. And we all voted and we picked this way up. So there's a big yellow piece that comes in here, and there's more purple sort of down the bottom, which is really nice. So you can see where I am. You've got the little line there, which is that part of the tablecloth. So I'm building this out now. So my needle minders on this project, of course, because I have themed ones, are from Alice in Wonderland. So I've got the wonderful Cheshire Cat, who is probably my favorite literary character, and I've got Alice hanging out in a tower of teacups. And I got these from JK's Cross Stitching Supplies. So she has a little needle minder album on there, and it's always fun to go through. She has a couple of really cool things. So these guys made the cut for this one, and just something to hold my thread down so my cats don't eat it. This is my Love You More Studio Co needle minder from the Show Me retreat this year. So this is what came in my box. So yeah, I've done, I think, 300 odd stitches in that place. It's a little weird to be able to work in just one color and not worry about changing it. I really, really like that. After Pokemon, it's nice just to have something I don't really have to think about, and it just happens. That's a gift. So yeah, I'm really enjoying doing this, and I think this will be a fast one because it's not a very, very small count. So it's just it said to do 3/1, but I'm doing 2/1 because it felt too thick, and it's covering pretty well. So yeah, I think it's going to be a fairly quick project to get going, because I don't really have to worry about colors. I just have to count, which is really, really nice. And the pattern's large and clear, and it's just black and white, which is lovely. And I like that it's a pattern that doesn't have any overlap on it. It's just got the edge, and then you know the next line down is the start of the next page. Because I always get confused in those patterns because I've only worked with 2 of them. But yeah, that's her for now. It looks a little bit creepy. At one point, I just had this, and my husband was like, what kind of Mexican wrestler face is that? What's happening, and why is it on such a bright color? So yeah, that's her there. The other thing that I have started in Startup September lives very, very happily in my Lion King project bag. I only own one proper project bag, and this is her because I'm obsessed with the Lion King. And very fittingly, it is also the Lion King. So this is the Disney Dreams kit from Thomas Kincaid. This is my first Disney Dreams kit. And I have put in my 1,000 stitches, which is why I started the second phase. So here we are at the moment. So this was the middle of the fabric, and I've just come across. So this line here is the start of Pride Rock. And yeah, it's got a little bit of backstitch in it already. I don't know if it's coming up on camera. I can't really see and hold her up. I hope it is. So we've got a little bit of backstitch in there already, and I've used about 4 shades of green. So I'm a little over the green right now. But I'm really enjoying stitching this one so far. There's a lot of 3/4 stitches. There's a lot of back stitching, and there's some filament, which I've never worked with. So if you have tips on the Disney Dreams kits, the tips that I'm looking for specifically, if anyone has them, would be magic. How you store the floss, because it's on these card thingies, which is fine, but there's 3 of those cards, which is a lot. And when they came, they were all just laced through once. They weren't tied off. So my husband and I spent an afternoon tying them off in their individual strands because he's a saint. And I've just been putting them back on the cards. But then there's a lot of blended colors and mixed colors and all of that sort of thing that are gonna have to go in here as well. So I'm looking for a better way to store it, just the floss. And of course I'm looking for advice on backstitching these guys because they have a lot and it's huge. And the needle minder that I have on this one is my Simba. I got him from the Flying Frog Stitchery, and he's my favorite. The magnet on the back is wider than a lot of other magnets that I see on needle minders. So it's got a much wider and thicker magnet. It's got an amazing grip because of that. I've never had anything fall off of it. I've never lost it off a project, which is an issue I have a lot with needle minders because, you know, they get transported and you move them around, or the cat, yes, the cat gets them. So they are a lot thicker and a lot wider, which is really, really good. If you go visit her shop, she's definitely worth checking out. She's got some great different designs and there's new stuff all the time. And the back of them looks like this. And where are we? Here's a magnet that I get on most needle minders, and here is the one from the Flying Frog Stitchery for a comparison. Like you can see they're very, very different. So they're just a lot nicer to use. They hold a lot better. And because of these little flowers on the back, there we go. You can kind of see the grooves in it now. You can sit your needles in so that they face different ways. So if you're a person like me that ends up using multiple colors at the same time, you can park on this boy and they don't move. They're in the nice little grooves. They're poked up a little bit. They're easy to grab. So yeah, I really, really love this needle minder, and I love that it lives in this project because it's perfect. Yeah, so that is everything that I have done in the past week since I spoke to you guys. As for plans, I'm gonna get to my 1,000 on my Mad Hatter's Tea Party, hopefully really, really soon. And then I am going to hit up Flissy Fish Cross Stitcher and see if she wants to do a stitch along for the Ravenclaw crest, because I know she's itching to start something new and I really want to start that piece. So I'm going to see if she'll do it, if she's free, if she's up to it, and we'll start that one together. And then once I get to 1,000 stitches on that one, I'm going to sub out and rotate across. And I think I'll rotate across to Slytherin. And then I want to rotate across to Gryffindor. And then if I buy my fabric, I'll rotate across to the Hufflepuffs. Yeah, it should be really, really good. I'm very excited. Those crests are just so pretty. And they're going to look awesome when I get them done and on the wall. I still haven't taken Pokemon to the framer. It has been a whole week. And I've been a little bit lax about that, but that's okay. Yeah. so that's been my week, and thanks heaps for coming back. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. Definitely comment. Let me know you're here. I love hearing from you guys, and I love replying to you guys. So yeah, that's everything. I hope you have a really wonderful night or day, depending on where you are. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.